All right, so welcome to the Joie de Vivre podcast. Today's guest is Amin Ben Taher. It's a pleasure having you here today, Amin. First, let's start by telling us a little bit more about yourself.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Shukran bzaf. I really appreciate, finding a Moroccan podcaster in the US. It's always good when we see other Moroccans doing good things. Donc, Amin Ben Tahar, born and raised in Morocco. Grew up in Morocco, went to school in Morocco till the age of 19, 20-ish, and came to the States, studied here for a bit, then left the US, wanted to see more of the world. So I got the chance to work for big companies that allowed me to kind of travel the world and get to work in different parts of the world. And my background really is business and marketing. I went to school for it. I've always worked in the field of business and marketing. And then, I worked for companies like Microsoft, Hilton Worldwide. I was at the age of 24, 25, a GM of a startup in Silicon Valley that raised $200 million from Alibaba. It was a Chinese startup, and I was, I think, the only lead. Actually, I was the only leader, non-Chinese leader of that company, which was kind of amazing experience. And then, we all get to a day where you're like, okay, well, I keep making all this money to all these people. It's great. I make a good living. But, there's more in me that I want to do. And what I've always wanted to do is really be, in a way, on my own, because I have partners in everything I do, but be an entrepreneur, create jobs, and, have ideas and kind of see them come to fruition. And this is what kind of my journey to where I am at today.
That's great. It's so impressive and welcome to the show. مرحبا بك encore une fois. كنت فرحت أنا بزاف when I see Moroccan talents, and it's great that not only you've worked with big names, but you also followed your passion. اللي هي شي حاجة اللي كنأسست عليها بزاف أننا نفولو الباشن ديالنا because that's what's going to take us, to where we want to be.
Yeah.
So instead of being like focused, oh, I'm with Microsoft, it's a big name, and it's fancy, position, you actually use that expertise, that experience, and you took it to the next level and opened your own and became an entrepreneur, which is beautiful. So I'm super proud and again, welcome. So just to remind the audience, the focus of Joie de Vivre podcast is emotional and mental health. Especially with what's going on now, and being in the marketing field and e-commerce is great, right? This is, I think, the right time to be in that field. ولكن just like any other business, أي حاجة كتجيب لو كوتي بوزيتيف لو كوتي نيجاتيف ديالها. So أنا اليوم بغيت نركز على the challenges behind, the entrepreneurship career, and also كيفاش كتدير to like cope with it, to face it, and make like a beautiful thing out of your business, because when we work hard and we face challenges, there's always a positive outcome that's waiting for us. شي مرات خصنا الصبر والخدمة like المثابرة كما كنقولوا to get to that level. Donc أمين هضر معنا شوية على البداية ديال المشوار ديالك في البيرسونال بيزنس ديالك وفي الديفلوبمون ديالو until today.
Donc, أنا أول expérience, je crois, ديالي في l'entrepreneuriat, هي l'agence tabac, il y a AVX Digital. Donc, en fait, c'était une agence qui était déjà en opération شريناها en 2015, ولكن مش شريناها عاودناها كلها بحال ما كتشري الدار وكتعاودها كاملة. On a fait la même chose. Donc, جينا واخا كانت une structure اللي عجبنا هي l'historique ديالها وكومون زعما c'était l'une des premières agences في Texas. Elle a été fondée en 2001. Donc là, Google Mibda et tout. Donc, on a déjà en opération. Mais bien sûr, il y avait un old management, il y avait old ways of doing things. Donc, Mijina, Brina, on a voulu tout changer. Donc, on a beaucoup de choses, que ce soit même le staff. Donc, il y avait beaucoup de travail في الأول Mibdina. و bien sûr c'était خدمتي دخلتي راك غتاكل الخبز ما خدمتيش راه you don't make and meet. So it was an adjustment for me for sure because I'm used to an 8 to 5, even though I've never worked 8 to 5. I hate that expression 8 to 5 because I never really work 8 to 5. Mais, at the end of the month, you have a salary, and you organize your life around that. Mais, ça a été, it was definitely an adjustment. And also, like, when you are responsible for other people's payroll, and you are responsible for bills, and you are responsible for a lot of things that from a distance, it looks like the life of an entrepreneur, like I wear my Jordans and I'm cool and I travel and I do all these cool things. But the level of stress I had to learn how to deal with at a very young age was probably one of the biggest challenges I faced. Parce que du jour au lendemain, tu es responsable sur... Il y a des fois, on a 50 plus people in the payroll, and I have other ventures. I'm not just in digital. We have a real estate company. So I do a lot of other things. And then, again, you always think of the people that trust you with their lives, and you need to deliver. And then, I think when you talk about challenges, I would say for me, the biggest one was actually COVID, parce que on avait beaucoup de clients dans l'hospitalité, donc des restaurants, airlines, des trucs comme ça. Et donc, you can imagine quand il y a eu le lockdown, my phone was ringing with bad news like all day long. C'était this client want to pause this campaign, this client. Donc, entre mars 2020 et avril 2020, alors ça m'a pris 5 ans to get to the level where my company got to, in terms of chiffre d'affaires et tout. Donc, entre mars 2020 et avril 2020, mon chiffre d'affaires went down by 50%.
Wow.
Et j'ai refusé de virer people.
Yeah.
Donc, it was by far, I think, the biggest challenge of my career. Is like, so what do you do? And because there's only so, like, if you lose clients, or if there's certain things, that's in a way you're in control. Right? Like, you can go and work really hard and get new clients or whatever.
Yeah.
But when the whole world is, when the leaders of the world don't know what's going on, when the biggest scientist tells you, well, get the first dose, get the second, actually, like, nobody knows what's going on really. And you need to make tough decisions. I think pour moi personnellement, c'était the biggest challenge also for my mental health, not just for my, it's a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stress and anxiety really that I had to go through.
You feel lost. You don't know, like.
Yeah, and even the people you usually go to for wisdom, right? Or people that they're as lost as you are. Donc voilà, donc pour moi c'était des choses bien sûr quand tu es behind the scenes ou là ce que we show en tant qu'entrepreneur, c'est success, awards, travel, this mais behind là, il y a énormément de travail qui est fait même in your mental health and your physical health in order to keep up with the level of expectations that comes with being an entrepreneur.
حيت ماشي غير you're responsible of actually building a good life of your own, but you're also responsible for people's lives. هادوك الناس اللي خدامين عندك عندهم families, عندهم kids ديالهم, عندهم responsibilities, so they're supporting you, they're trusting you. وانت كتحس weight on your shoulders, especially إلا كنتي one of the owners who is actually person and care more sees people not as numbers but as human.
Exactement.
More pressure, more mental pressure, and not only you need to keep yourself like balanced, you need to keep calm.
Yes, sure.
Sometimes there is only some things we can do. احنا البشر عندنا like great like powers within us, ولكن in certain situations انت براسك you need that help.
You need exactement. And also when you're a leader, everybody look up to you. Like, if you freak out, everybody else will freak out. If you stay calm, everybody else will stay calm. Donc, c'était, and I think, again, like, I have been in this for 10 years now, alhamdulillah. So I think you become tough, you become strong, and you know kind of what the formula is in order to maintain your sanity.
Okay, great. So بغيتك تقولي شوية كيفاش درتي من transition ما بين April 2020 باش حسيتي براسك أنه things are not working out and you have all these responsibilities والناس أو منك تجاوب الأجوبة وأنت براسك you're waiting for certain answers. كيفاش درتي باش قدرتي like to like fix your mental health first before fixing their mental health و get things moving شوية to where they were before.
أنا جو بالنسبة لي الرياضة مهمة بزاف. حيت واخا الواحد يمشي غير يتمشى ساعة واخا أي حاجة الرياضة مهمة بزاف حيت أنا personally helps me a lot with kind of like you know like my brain is always thinking, so when I'm doing sport whether كنلعب كرة ولا التنس ولا كنجري المهم عقلي كيبقى مع داك الشكل اللي كندير ديك الساعة. دونك ça aide beaucoup. Ou la méditation, le yoga, c'est des choses que quand j'ai beaucoup d'anxiété, I'm going through, like I usually really lean towards that. Bien sûr, la foi aussi pour الناس اللي كيامنوا بالله ولا اللي كيبغيو يوصلوا كل واحد والايمان ديالو. حتى الايمان حتى الدين شويه كيعاون بزاف. سي اون فورم دو ميديتاسيون بور سيغتان بيرسون حتى هي. وفوالا والواحد كيبقى ديما وبالنسبه لي انا ديجا شوي بوزيتيف كوم بيرسون كنقول شوي با تو سول ولا gratitude like being grateful for what you have. I think it's something very I'm big on that. I'm really big on that because at the end of the day I'm like, you know what, I have a roof over my head. I have a company which is also you know, I got to be grateful for the fact that I'm dealing with these problems. Parce qu'il y a des gens qui n'ont même pas l'opportunité de deal with it. Et bien sûr, ce qui a aussi aidé, c'est que le gouvernement, ils ont vite fait, you know, start making moves, giving small businesses like mine grants to keep them going, keep their doors open. So I think in my case also, I was really lucky to be in this country, really, because they helped a lot the entrepreneurs like me. Exactement.
زعما ميرسي بعدا pour parler sur la gratitude لانه يلاه هضرت على هذا لو سوجي مع some coworkers. وحنا ديما في الثقافه ديالنا كنهضروا عليها كنقولوا الحمد لله ديما كنقولوا الناس. It's actually proven in neuroscience انه when you practice gratitude your brain produces new neurons. Not only كتحس بالراحه because your brain كتproduce positive you know things up وكتعطيك واحد لو retour positive because life is how you see it. تقدر تشوفها بيضاء انت اللي عندك control فهمتي. دونك انت what I really want to share with the audience today is something that's very important. ملي يكون عندك شي مشكل if you get focused on the problem you're gonna get stuck there وغتبقى كيبداو لي بروبليم كيولدوا حتى اخرين.
Exactement.
كافي انت tu t'es concentré sur les solutions. So قلتي أنا I'm in this. I'm sorry for the word. I'm in this shit right now. So شنو غادي ندير? How can I get myself out of it? Donc you were like solution oriented person. And so درتي السبور ديالك درتي داكشي اللي كيعجبك بعدا outside of
Bien sûr.
You detach خرجتي من المونطال ديال الخدمة مشيتي لعبتي درتي الكرة وديكشي اللي كيفرحك. And then درتي لا ميديتيشن كو سوا ميوزيك ولا القرآن ولا على حسب البليف ديالك.
Bien sûr.
وبراكتيسيتي الشكر اللي هو gratitude and then you started shifting toward solving the actual problem.
Exactly.
واحد البروسيس ماشي غير genre
لا tu peux pas. ما يمكنش انت déjà au milieu de كاع داك en général tu prends les mauvaises décisions mais quand tu prends pas un step back. C'est mon expérience. Il a شي حاجه كتاخذ لا donc il faut apprendre à être patient et à prendre le temps de vraiment analyser la situation. Ou des fois c'est I think one of the things I learned the most about studying in the US par rapport كنا كنقراو في المغرب كنحفظوا عرض. هنايا ils m'ont appris à savoir واش un problème c'est un problème ou là c'est un symptôme d'un problème.
Root cause.
Root cause, exactement. Exactement. Et donc voilà, et après on a dû shifter. We were like, what industries are gonna start doing well? So we put a list of industries. So we started actively targeting them, and we landed new clients that way. And alhamdulillah, voilà. Donc c'était. Donc au lieu de me dire comment je peux garder هادو اللي عندي ou là pour leur convaincre de not stop, je me suis dit, well, how can I add more? And they're gonna need our expertise, and maybe they have never done digital before, or they are they don't have the level that others do. So anyways, donc alhamdulillah, voilà. That's how we
and you tried new doors لانه every time a door closes one open وحتى لما حتى هذيك الدور اللي فتحات ما عجبتكش just keep opening other doors راه you eventually gonna get to the door.
Exactly.
Never stop, keep trying. وغادي نديك دابا معايا في واحد time traveling to your Moroccan experience actually. دونك انت عندك ان بيزنس اللي في المغرب as well, it operates
oui.
and it falls under the same umbrella. هضرنا شويه على الاكسبيرينس ديالك في المغرب و how you're taking your expertise from the US applying it to the Moroccan market, and also how are you dealing with like cultural changes and all.
Donc, en fait, on a acquis le pourcentage d'une société qui était déjà en existence au Maghreb, qu'on a travaillé de temps en temps sur des projets web qui donnent les sites web et tout. Après, on s'est dit, là, je vais une partie d'Yelcom, comme ça, vous utilisez l'expertise américaine. Donc, au fait, il y a des choses les connaissent bien sûr l'américaine au niveau digital, bien sûr. D'ailleurs, they're number one in the world, même l'Asie, même d'autres pays qui ont de belles choses, they get inspired by the way Americans market. I mean, it's been going since the Mad Men day. I mean, it's been forever, right? Et il est vrai que des fois c'est difficile, par exemple, to sell certain ideas or to tell people, well, there's this thing and this thing that goes with digital marketing. They're like, well, I don't have budget for it. I'm like, well, so I just think il est vrai qu'il y a une différence de bien sûr, et bien sûr, alhamdulillah, we're really lucky that our team, there are a lot of people, like actually one of the managers lived in the US, the main guys there, donc he understands the American of the way it thinks, and we're really lucky. We have an amazing team on Maroc, so they keep up with, and actually a lot of our clients are they help us with US clients, et on a les clients marocains, donc on a une équipe qui gère que les clients marocains et une autre qui est dédiée à nous aider sur les web projects and things of that nature. Donc mon expérience so far so good. Bien sûr, il y a certains trucs comme le recouvrement زعما كتسمع نفس الهضره هذا ما كيتخلصش الواحد زعما c'est du vécu. A lot of people don't, like it takes forever to collect au Maroc.
Mindset, هذيك mindset Moroccan.
Exactement. Il y a des choses, mais ça nous décourage pas. We're trying. I'm a big believer that you have to give back to where to something, right? So whatever you believe in, et voilà. Donc ça a été so far so good.
كما قلت لك قبل الشو برافو عليك باسكو خديتي enough experience كو سوا في لي États-Unis ولا على برا وشديتي الاكسبيرينس ديالك وخدمتي وفتحتي بروبر بروجي and then you moved it to Morocco and tried to adapt similar approach و that's the goal because كبرتي في المغرب عشتي في المغرب قريتي في المغرب you were a child there كانوا عندك you had your dreams and you made them true and you brought them back to your country which is a true زعما
ورك على قاد المالح كتمشي للقمر وترجع كتبقى مغربي
فوالا وهذا هو لو فري سوكسي لانه I'm sure your parents are super proud of you and so is me and all the Moroccans out there donc bravo, we need more people like that, more زعما hard work and not forgetting about our countries because that's our identity. Donc ديما المغرب.
ديما bien sûr.
I wanted to talk to you is إلا كنت أنا اليوم ما جي ديسيدي نفتح un business في le domaine de marketing سواء في les États-Unis ولا في المغرب ولا online دابا everything is digital. شنو هما 3 tips that you can share with me to like start and to like keep moving and face.
Yeah. And I think the beauty of getting into digital marketing is that there is no barrier of entry, really. Par exemple, il y a certains business, et si tu veux te lancer dans... Par exemple, si tu veux ouvrir un restaurant, fonds de commerce, flow, digital, knowledge, really, build a website and you are an agency, really, par exemple. Mais my advice, my first tip would be different. Parce que c'est comme dry cleaners or it's becoming a commodity. Like there's so many agencies, there's so many. Be different. So choose how you want to be known, right? Like, are you the agency that performs? Are you the agency that builds beautiful websites? Are you the agency that leverages data and artificial intelligence? Don't try to be jack of all trade. Don't try to be it all, because, you know, that doesn't work that way. The second thing, pardon?
Be unique. Like what's
Exactement. Exactement. The second thing is don't get comfortable. This is an industry that moves all the time. Il y a 2 ans, 3 ans, personne ne parlait de TikTok. Aujourd'hui, voilà. Tu vois, donc, it's a reality. And a lot of people thought TikTok would fail, and it's stupid, and it's this, and it's that, and it's the most downloadable, I think, app in the world, and it's got more traffic than some of the biggest platforms in the world. But so don't get comfortable. Stay hungry. Keep learning. And the third thing I would say is be customer focused. Mm-hmm. I think if there's one thing that COVID has taught us is that people wanted brands that showed empathy towards them. Because what we were going through as a whole, and still are, is, I mean, from a mental health perspective, I think this is, I mean, I'm not going to say war, because war is, I've never been in a war, but I know the people that survived the wars. Like it's horrible, right? Like, you see the blood, you see the death, you see it's bad. But at the end of the day, our freedom was taken away from us overnight. Mm-hmm. The freedom to travel, the freedom to go out, the freedom to see family, the freedom
in person.
Exactly. So I think a lot of us you know, coped with it in different ways. And the brands that won in COVID are the ones that showed the most empathy towards your customers. So if you want to start a business, take the time and understand what they need and how they want to be communicated to. Don't be like, you know, don't be in it just for the money. There's more than just the money.
Or just to follow the trend. After all, les clients sont des êtres humains.
Exactly.
Sometimes they actually choose someone who's not like as popular as someone else just because عطاهم the attention they need and عطاهم the time they need, and the empathy is number one for sure. So what do you hope your line of work will take you to in the future? How do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
The next 10 years, I love what I do. I'm involved with the university here. Like, I teach when I can, I give workshops, things of that nature. But I think in the long term, I would love to, you know, once I am where I am, like where I want to be financially, and I can provide for my family, you know, without having to stress about anything. Exactly. Like, I think going into teaching and venture world, where like I'm an investor and advisor, and I've started already, but not to the level I want to be at. That's kind of what I see my career going. Really, it's more about investing in other people's ideas and you know, if I invest in 20 companies and one of them turned out to be the next Uber, I'm good.
Of course. وأحسن حاجة you mentioned is that you wanted to teach, which means you want to share your message. Donc بغيتي داكشي اللي تعلمتيه توصلوا للناس باش هم يشوفوا.
Bien sûr.
ويوصلوا لواحد level that they wanted to reach.
Exactly.
C'est un grand plaisir de t'avoir ici, Amin. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sure I will have you another time here, and stay happy. Merci beaucoup, and thanks for tuning in.
Merci à toi et bonne continuation. À très bientôt, Inch'Allah.
Merci. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ooh,